Hi, my name is Flo, and I am coming at you from my parlor. Yes, my parlor, because we have a sickie in the house. So we will do no filming in the Grape Jelly Library until that sickness has evacuated the area. Evacuated the area. I do not want to catch it. I'm a working girl. I cannot afford to get sick. I need to maintain my health. And so until we can get back into the Grape Jelly Library, we are going to be filming from the parlor, except on Sundays, which we will film occasionally in the office. So I put up a little short video, and the book that I featured was Where Are They Buried and How Did They Die? By Tod Benoit. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to do this for however long it takes. There is a slew of deceased people within the context of this book, and this book literally tells you who they are, how they lived, how they died, and where their burial plot is located. And we are talking about the likes of people such as, I almost dropped the book. I can't see anything up close with my glasses on. All right. Fitting ends and final resting places of the famous, infamous, and noteworthy. We are talking about people such as David Bowie, Harper Lee, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, Marilyn Monroe, Charles Darwin, Frank Sinatra, Mother Teresa, Tom Petty, Princess Diana, Paul Newman, Joe DiMaggio, Jim Morrison, Natalie Wood, Julia Child, Al Capone, William Shakespeare, and 400 other people. And it's revised to include the newly dead. Obviously, Tom Petty is amongst them. So, I bought this book August 23rd of 2021, and I have not touched it. So, I thought it would be fun if you and I read it together for as long as it takes. Before we begin, I have to read you this introduction. It is brilliant, and I am in love with it. Dig this. Tomorrow is the most important thing in your life. Comes into us at midnight, very clean. It's perfect when it arrives, and it puts itself in our hands. It hopes we've learned something from yesterday. John Wayne's epitaph. Brilliant. I love it. I don't know about you, I love it. All right, so maybe once a day I will bring you a person in this book until we have completed the book. I don't know. What do you say? Let's see how that goes. Okay, so the first person in our book, and I don't know if they're alphabetized. They might be. Yeah, no, they're not. Okay, they're not. All right. The first person we are going to know about is Lou Albano, born July 29th, 1933, died October 14th, 2009. He was colorful and kooky, crazed and charismatic. Captain Lou Albano was a larger-than-life pro wrestling icon who helped turn what was once a fringe, low-rent sport into a pop culture phenomenon. After a short stint in the Army ended in 1951, Lou's father had nearly convinced his hard-to-handle son to open an insurance agency with him. But after a chance meeting with a distant cousin, Lou was persuaded that his fortune lay in the fledgling business of wrestling instead. Following a lackluster start as Leaping Lou, Albano teamed up with Tony Altomare to form the Sicilians. And the duo played up a sort of half-assed, stereotypical Italian mobster stick all the way to a WWF, then the WWF, which was the World Wrestling Federation, United States Tag Team title. Moving on to managing wrestlers beginning in the 1970s, he compiled a stable of some of the toughest and meanest heels in the business and, along the way, developed a unique persona as a ranting, hoarse-voiced blowhard. Under an unkempt mane, he delighted in half-open Hawaiian shirts that revealed a generous portion of his flabby 310-pound physique, and he sported 3 rubber bands dangling from a pin on one cheek and a few others hanging from an ear, and yet another wrapped tightly around his wildly curly goatee. Portraying a streetwise bully, he challenged his rival's manhood and hurled politically incorrect epithets at the gathered crowds. He was a jerk and a weasel, and a guy willing to talk big who remained safely situated behind his various protégés. But while his cowardice infuriated the crowd, Lou saw himself otherwise. Sure, I yell and holler a lot, but in real life, I'm a regular guy just trying to make a living. Albano's career continued along this crowd-displeasing path until 1983 when he met then hot pop star Cyndi Lauper on a flight to Puerto Rico. Perhaps seeing a kindred spirit in one another, the unlikely duo teamed up in her new video for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, with Albano playing her domineering father. Soon he appeared in a string of her music videos and even briefly lured her into the wrestling world, and though the whole thing was just a logical business decision for Lou, the campaign pushed wrestling toward the mainstream. In short order, there were wrestlers on talk shows and in commercials seemingly everywhere. Wrestling had been lurking in the shadows all along, but the rock in wrestling movement made it inescapable, and Lou, a sort of patron saint of the WWF, became its main benefactor as he was vaulted to show business fame. But after just a few years, Lou's star was shadowed by younger personalities such as Hulk Hogan, though Lou seemed not to mind. I've been married to the same woman for 32 years, and I've got 4 wonderful grown kids. Cyndi and I are lifetime honorary chairpersons for multiple sclerosis, and when I started doing charity work for the first time, people said, "Hey, fat guy, you're not so bad after all." At 76, Lou died in his sleep of a heart attack and was buried at Rose Hills Memorial Park in Putnam Valley, New York. Grave directions. At 101 Mill Street, drive past the office and up the winding hill, staying straight at the 4-way intersection. Head for and drive between the mausoleums at the top, parking at the end of the drive on the left. Walk into and through that mausoleum and then turn right. You'll find the captain near the end of this outside walkway in the 3rd row from the bottom. Thanks for joining me, guys. Until our next personality and our next encounter, know I love you. Be well, be good, and I'll do the reading for you this time.